Good morning. Oh, yeah. Good morning. Good morning. I have stopped working in my quilt book for the time being. I don't think I want to go any farther in it. I came up with a whole huge quilt. I came up with 25 separate blocks that can and probably will lead to other blocks. And I'm kind of got what I wanted out of that project. Not knowing where it was headed, but I'm glad it headed in the way it went. Perfect. So I think I'm just going to play for a couple days, as opposed to next month, which is going to be all playing. Not really playing. I'm experimenting next month because I'm experimenting on techniques, layers, colors, processes for October. Now, I did this last year, and the old timers here will know that by mid-October, I was over Halloween. Sort of. It's been worse. It's been better. This year, however, I have the help of somebody who helped me with a story by way of my husband. And I don't think I can get bored starting a little too early. Experimenting with techniques. In saying all that, I found these. I bought these on Etsy, I think. I remember going to, it might have been Dahlonega, Georgia, with my sister a couple years ago. And I found some paper in a bundle in a gallery shop where the artists work and sell their products at the same time there. And this lady happened to be a journaler, and she had all these gorgeous, gorgeous papers. The journals were over $150. I did not buy one, unfortunately. But I did buy a pack of paper, and this is some of the stuff out of it. This is on stamped on watercolor paper. It almost looks like it's... Anyhow, this is on watercolor paper, but there's corrugated cardboard that has thread wrapped around it. There's copper wire. There's a copper piece right here, or just more paper painted with copper paint. Lots and lots of layers going on there. Lots and layers going on here. A little bit of thread work. Stamping underneath. Love all of that. So, I'm going to try to recreate some of these kind of looks. Here's a piece of gross watercolor paper. I've got my Gonzai Tombai, however you say these watercolors. Every time I look at them, I say I'm going to figure out how to say it correctly, and I never do. Okay, now. I have already... what is wrong with this? A little bit played with watercolor, and then scanning it. And just using that in Procreate. I can't talk, sorry. But, it's working. It's working. Then photocopying that and using it as background paper, my own background paper. And I know in October I need greens and browns and grays. I don't know what that was. Oh, I think that was Neocolor 2, actually. Speaking of Neocolor 2s. Okay, there's a bunch of green. And I'm going to just kind of just adding texture and goop and stuff to all of this. Here's gray. I don't know if it's even showing up. What is this? Malachite green. I don't want it to be all swirly looking. I want it to have a little bit of text in it, but not make any sense. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. Even though the heart's underneath it, it's not going to be cut out in that form. Okay. My desk is rapidly shrinking here. Okay, that works. This is kind of like an olive. Welcome back, Kurtie. She's been on vacation, visiting family, having the time of her life, away from the internet. Good for her. But she's back, and she's in rare form already, screaming at my videos. She's one that has always said, you need to do something with the quilt journal. She goes, sure. I went out of town, and then you do your quilt journal. It's funny. This will be more effective, I think, once it dries and see what happens. That, I like that. The look of that. Wet. I'm basically just talking. I know that's a new concept for me, talking too much. Oh, here's a really like Prussian blue. Sparingly. What can it add? Ooh, this one might be good. I think I want a little gray in here, though. I'm letting them all run together purposely. But here's a little bit of black. I wonder what will happen. See, that's too intentional right there for me. This is better. I don't want any control over it, and I really don't want it to look like a lady I took art class from one time called those cabbages. I don't want it to look like cabbages. There, that's better. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. Woo! And even though you see part of the heart on there, that's okay. How can I fix this? I need to fix that because I can't waste this art paper. I don't have that much watercolor paper here. I'm wondering if I put something dark here and let it dry, if that will help mask some of the scribble. All right, I'm going to let that dry. But so far, I would say that's a success. I only have 5 or 6 sheets. And even though, let's just, I'm okay with all that because that adds texture underneath. Oh, here's a dark gray. What is this color? Kind of like a whoa, smoky turquoise. That's perfect. Basically, I guess I'm making like sample board. I don't know what these are called. It's like the first layer, and then put that in Procreate, and then do stuff on top of it in Procreate. Then maybe print it out, and then do stuff in not real life, but away from the computer on top of that. So there's actually like 3 layers. 2 are computer generated, and 1 is not real life, but whatever this is called. I can't think. Away from the computer. See, the stuff underneath doesn't bother me. I think this is kind of like a Prussian blue, but I'm going to add it, maybe a smaller brush, to some of these lines. Let it fan out. Kind of like tie-dye, sort of. Because how it's fanning here and here. Oh, loving that. Lots and lots of water. Maybe if I add yellow to it, what will it do? Just in some spots. Does this look like any of the paper I bought, showed you? No. Does that surprise me? No. But I went off on a tangent somehow, some way. What is it called when you're inspired by something and you try to use that inspiration to make something close and it goes way far away? I don't see that as a bad thing. I may not be saying it right, but I don't see that as a bad thing. Having it go in a different direction is okay to me. Then, now wait a second, hold on. There's a lot of water sitting here. Would it be wrong to pick up some of this? Woo! Oh. Turns out, no. That right there. Oh my God. Even with the acrylic underneath it, it doesn't bother me. I have a feeling these are going to be beautiful in Procreate. Okay, let me see. What color is this? This is kind of grayish green. Yeah. Now maybe a little yellow in places. While it's super wet. Then come in with a very dark Prussian bluish color. Kind of go on that. Oh, that's too much. Kind of go on the outside. But I don't want it to be circular. I want to tease it into a different shape. Sort of. That's pretty right there too. Maybe highlight some of the edges of some of these others with dark. I don't really know how to operate watercolors except for experimenting with it. When you add stuff to dry and when you add stuff to wet and what you do to get this effect and that effect, but it sure is fun playing with them. Ooh, that's pretty. Even with the red. I'm picking it up on here. There, that broke that up a little bit. That's good. That's fun too. Oh. Wow. This right here is a little too perfect. Ah, that's better. Kind of took my finger and just smooshed that line around a little bit. Now it's not perfect. That's a pretty piece of paper. Woo. Okay, let's try another one. Maybe some oranges. I'm actually not going to use a lot of orange in my Halloween journal this year. Well, I don't think I am. It's early. Uh-oh, do I not have any orange? I have brown, yellow. Huh. That's interesting. These are pinks and purples. Never fear, I have orange. Somewhere I have a drawer marked palettes. Aha. This is gouache. This is several years old. Oh yeah. This is Caran d'Ache. I think it's 2 layers. No, maybe not. 15 colors. And white. Okay. I don't know where the white is. But, okay, we're going to use some of that. Try to make it look like the wall of the Grand Canyon or something. Sedona. And just adding layers and layers. Rings. But now, try to merge some of these rings. You can hear the dog running up and down the hall. You can hear this boom, 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 because his hair is so long on his paws. You don't hear any nails. Just boom, 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 boom. These soft little pads. this is so pretty. This is so much fun. This is so relaxing. Oh, we purchased the new Mission Impossible movie. You can purchase it on Amazon. It was actually pretty good. I'm not a huge Mission Impossible fan. Don't know all the folklore, whatever you want to call it, that goes with it. And I'm not a huge Tom Cruise. I don't go gaga over him. But this was a good movie. And you whatever you can say, he's spent some very good money on some plastic surgery. And he's aging quite well. Which is, a lot of men age well. It's not fair. But, and he's still doing a lot of his own stunts. How, I don't know. He must not have a lot of fraps in his life. Poor man. Oh, this is so pretty. This looks like the center of one of those hot spots, whatever you call them, in Yellowstone. The very center. The center of the earth. But it's a long movie. Whew, it's 2.5 hours. And I could have done without a good bit of the last part. But it's actually pretty good for an action movie, in my opinion. Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm going to put a little bit of red and see what happens. I probably won't even use this as one whole sheet. I might, I don't know. I might just use it in sections. The Ring of Fire. Not to be confused with earthquakes. The governor of North Carolina said that he was issuing, he had, wrong color. He had, whatever you call it, oh God, I can't talk. He had his National Guard and his stuff ready to go for the Outer Banks. He said, because Asheville and the surrounding area is still waiting on FEMA from October of last year. Yeah. So he went ahead of the game in the Outer Banks, assuming there was going to be a lot of shoreline destruction, which it looks like there is so far. He got National Guard and he got a bunch of other people, emergency preparedness people, with sandbags and stuff ready to go. Ahead of schedule. Better to have them and not use them than to need them and not have them, which is what Asheville found out. Which Asheville, and in Asheville's defense, they weren't expecting stuff. It was just, oh, wow, high winds that got way, way bigger and conditions were just right. Don't mess with Mother Nature. And these hurricanes just continue to get stronger and weaker and bigger, and not weaker, but stronger and weaker, stronger and bigger and earlier and faster. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Kind of just going in with colors. I'm trying to use this thought process more. Use colors that you would not expect in places, because it adds texture and whatevers. That might be a little too much. Subtle amounts of it. Beth. I'm already covered in paint. That's okay. Comes off in the shower. Usually. Oh. That one's pretty too. Okay, this was the first one. Let's see how much of, oh, it's drying. Oh, wow. All right, I think I'm going to add a lot more green. This is still not what I had in mind, but having it cover 3/4 is better than nothing. Greens and browns and grays. A little bit of orange. The last 2 days I've been watching football on repeat. And Tim Holtz product designers projects on repeat. Mainly the ones that make journals, because oh my goodness, when I grow up I want to be a Tim Holtz book designer. But not work for anybody. I want to work for myself. Okay, let's see if I can't lighten this or change this a little bit. And make this look like it all came from one piece of paper. Instead of this little corner, that little corner, this big red spot, and that L. Maybe. Let's add a little bit of blue. Dark turquoise. I'm really being conscious of borders, the edges of things, and not waste that paper. It's amazing what you can teach yourself in 7 years. Don't waste some of your paper, lady. Okay. It looks totally different because that almost looks like it has purple in it, and I don't remember putting purple in that. There's purple here. It might have been the gray. All right, let's see. I kind of have these paints over here separated. All right, here's a gray. This is sort of a green gray, sort of. This is more of a blue gray, I think. Trying to add a little texture. Ooh, I like that. That's semi-dry, sort of semi-dry. Ooh. Maybe go over this now. I have to be careful because I don't want the paper to start peeling. Don't hate it. Might be a little bit too in your face. Not as subtle as I want it to be. I'm not always very subtle anyhow. Ooh, this paper's looking good too. Okay, there's a really dark spot right there. That's okay, actually. Okay, this is black. Yes! Now, because it's wet, it's going to turn into cabbages, which I don't know if I want. But actually, maybe okay. Let's elongate some of the cabbages. This is heirloom cabbage. Kind of goes wonky. I don't want it to look like doll paws either. Some of that has soaked in. If I add more water on top, we will just have to see. Which one did I finish first? This one? Wow, it's changed so much. And it's still a little damp. I don't know, I think I kind of like that one. But I didn't do the edges very well. Give it a little hint of color. No, I am not doing Dr. Seuss for Halloween. Oh, that's so pretty. Look how pretty that is. That whole little section that I just covered the edge. Wow. Okay. How long have I been babbling? Oh, I think I'm going to stop. This is even pretty. Let's just work on this one a little bit. Now this is just copy paper. So this can't take a whole lot of anything, but, and it's got computer language on it, so there's that. This is a little bit darker gray, brown gray. Yellow. I'm telling you, yellow perks so much stuff up. It lights up my life. Okay. What color is this? This is kind of like a bluey turquoise. A little too much water. There's that dark. I think that was black. Right there. Wow. I don't hate any of that. I hate that it's on paper that has computer language on it, but you gotta take the good with the bad. What other color could I put in there? Ooh, maybe when it's dry, I will put metallic, a copper or a... Now, does it look, any of it look like this? Nope. Are these watercolors? No. There's texture paint in here, it looks like. Some kind of texture. Gesso or something's in here. But that's got some veining in it. Oh, it's beautiful. There's some paper. Really pretty. Okay. Does it look like any of the stuff that I was using as inspiration? No. Do I like it? Yes. Yes. Look at the Grand Canyon one. That, admittedly, is a little too much orange for me, but it might be what I need. I'm trying to let this run a little bit more. Oh, that's so pretty. This one kind of went in a different direction, but that's okay too. That's okay too. This one just might be my favorite child. Yum. This one is a blue-gray green. This one is more of a yellow-green, which for what I'm going to need, I need all kinds of greens, so that's good. That's good. A variety is the spice of life. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I might even just work in my Hobonichi. I'm so far behind. Anyhow, okay, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow, somewhere in a paint palette near you, most likely. Bye.